fine.
the
Hey guys, what's the replay link? Sorry, I'm gonna change the.
it's
Well, you
it's
know
in
what? I'll
the
just say
it's in the main channel,
yeah,
in
yeah.
the your channel. Hey everyone, we
If the
are
team doesn't
live.
mind,
Yeah, yeah, I'll send that over to you. Cool. Hey
yeah.
everyone, we are live with day three. Jump in, jump in, jump in. We've got a ton of things to cover. We're going to be doing potentially an extended Q&A as well. Let me go ahead and click the record button. Our production team usually likes me doing that. But if you have missed out last 2 days, I'm here to tell you replays are available on all social channels. If you go to our High Levels YouTube channel, you'll find the content there. And I strongly urge you to go through day one and day two. Day two, yesterday, Sarah, Anik's COO slash behind the scenes gal that handles literally everything, jumped in and showed us the snapshots, some of the tech component of high level. And we're excited to get started. If you have been watching this entire workshop the whole time, give me a yes in the chat. Just like last time, there is a link in the Zoom chat for the Facebook streaming, the Facebook page streaming. So let me see who's all already in the front of the classroom with the socials all open so they can interact. Let me see who's interacting in our Facebook page. Let's see, I see a few people there, and here is a link. I think Ethan or Jordan's going to post the link in the Zoom chat for you for the streaming. I would love for you to tell us what city you're checking in from, what state. In case if you're international, tell us what region or country or provinces for all my Canadian friends. Tell us where you're from so that way you can connect with fellow high levelers. And it's kind of a interesting phenomenon that happens across the high level community. Whenever we do these live events, we hear about lunch pop-ups, happy hours, and dinner masterminds and weekend groups left and right. And all of that comes from you interacting in the comments, people reaching out. I'm pretty sure people put together a couple of WhatsApp groups and group me's and things like that to stay connected to the community of high level. So let's get started with day three. We're going to talk about traffic, scalable traffic. Anik, if you are ready, give us, if you don't mind, a quick overview of day one and two, maybe 30 seconds each, and let's dive right in. I know there's a ton of things to cover, and welcome back, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so today, everyone, here's what I want to do. I'm going to do a shorter presentation because I
Okay.
want to save more time for Q&A. I want to be able to engage with you guys more and talk to you more. And, I'm still learning, of course, the high-level community too. So I actually very selfishly would like to save more time in the end to see the types of questions you're getting or you have so that the next time I do these, I want to make these trainings for you even better and better and better. And so day one, we talked about how to create what we call an offer stack that has the ability to scale. Now, whether you are an offline business or an online business selling information products or even selling e-commerce, to be honest with you, if I am to launch any business today, and I am, by the way, in the middle of launching a brand new business, which goes live next month, which is kind of exciting. We've been working on it for almost 7 or 8 months now. It's the formula I use. And I always jokingly say to people that even if you tomorrow made me launch a Subway, like a physical sub shop or a, dry cleaning business, I still think I would dominate within, give me 1 year, and I think I would take over the local area because of the chops that I've gotten by doing the digital marketing stuff, especially being in one of the most aggressive spaces. So we went over the offer stack. This is the secret, at least with the digital world. As you said, Paulson, I've been using the term digital citizen as long as you're a digital citizen, this is the roadmap, I believe, to 8 figures, right? Can't say what you would get, and I never make any assumptions about what you can get, but I don't think it's possible to get to 8 figures without these four offers: A, L, B, R. The acquisition offer, which is your loss leader. This is the thing that gets people in the door. It's an easy decision on their side. Doesn't make you millions, but it gets you someone to sell other stuff to. Liquidation. This is the thing that gets you to a point where you're break even on your expenditure. So let's use an example. You do high level consulting you do marketing consulting for dentists. If you send out a physical package to them with their personal, page, their personal information, their personal proposal that high level pumps out for you in a snapshot and like this, that's going to cost you money. printing, shipping, might cost you 10, 15 plus time. Maybe you're out $20. So that's the acquisition offer. You're sending these out, but you're negative right now. Liquidation is you're convincing them to bring you in and you say, hey, listen, I'll come in, spend 2 hours with you, do a full analysis. It's $400. You pay me after I'm done if you're impressed. So now what you're doing is it's a liquidation, right? You're able to recover your cost that you had sent all these packages out. Then the back end. So that's the proposal. That's what you would give them as a proposal, where some of the other consultants inside of High Level, like Frank Kern, teach you, hey, give me $3,000 and I'll get you 30 appointments booked. That's your back end. There's profit there for you. That's a bigger amount, bigger number. And then there's the last piece of the 4 offer stack was recurring. So we had acquisition, liquidation, back end, recurring. The recurring in this situation would be, now that you really won them over, you've got their trust, you say, hey, why don't I do this for you every month? You don't have to do anything, but you just need to create this account. It's $500 a month. We get you an account on this company. And every month you just kind of run the cycle for them automatically, hire a virtual assistant to do it. Now you got recurring money coming in. So this ALBR formula works for any business. Definitely works for a digital citizen, works if you're selling high level. I'm telling you right now, even if you're doing freaking car detailing, I can make it work. Okay. That means you have the full stack to be able to scale that business and compete and kill your competition. Yesterday, day 2, we talked about funnels and how after having built, I've been doing this for 21 years, guys. I have sold well over $100 million worth of stuff online. I have built many funnels. I have run deca millions in paid traffic. I have refined and fine-tuned. I've probably run 30 different types of funnels. I mean it, okay? From challenge funnels to this funnel to that funnel. I mean, I've done them all. Comes down to 3 funnels. These are the core 3 funnels I believe any business needs. I don't think you need more. I don't think you need less. Even every business I'm currently building right now is deploying and using one of these 3 funnels, period. Okay? That is the low ticket funnel. Perfect for like if you're selling a book. So I'm launching my low ticket offer for this book next month, April 16th. Then there is the webinar funnel, which is you get people to come into an automated webinar that's running all the time worldwide. I'm getting ready to launch one of those in the next 3 to 4 weeks, where I'm going to be promoting High Level as an affiliate. All right. I told you guys yesterday I have a secret project I'm working on. I let Paulson get a peek at it yesterday, and Wesley. So Paulson and Wesley are the only ones at High Level that have now seen my secret project. Well, I'm going to launch that, and I'm using the webinar funnel for it. The third type of funnel is a direct to phone call funnel. And that works wonders too. We have one up and running right now for this new business we're launching. That's it. I really don't think that, are there other good funnels? Hell yeah. There are other great funnels. You just don't need them. So I have mastered these 3 funnels. I've spent millions of dollars in advertising on them. And the trick here, right? The thing, why are we doing this training? Well, I want you to buy High Level. I want you to buy it through me. The incentive I'm going to give you is I'll give you my funnels, the whole snapshot with all the complexity, the emails, the text messages, all the thinking, the automations, everything is done. You just got to go connect things, make some edits, and your funnel's up and running. So that was yesterday. And today is a higher level conversation about traffic. It is theoretical. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it has to be. But this is very important theory. It took me 20 years. I did not figure this out until, we're in 2024, mid 2022. So it took me 18 years. Mid 2022. This is after I've already sold like close to a couple $100 million worth of stuff online. The light bulb went on and I said, oh my God, this is how you build scalable traffic. This is how you get traffic to scale a business. And it's not what I thought it would be. It's very different, but it's dialed in now, and I want to share that with you. So that's what today will be about.
I love it. How many of you are excited about some of the things you can implement from this workshop? And I know this is a different model, right? Different medium, if I may say. A lot of the content has been strategic oriented, it's visionary oriented, and I know some of you want to get into workflows and build things out. But often with High Level in the community, the big thing that we're missing is the business plan of what you're doing, right? A lot of us drown in the workflows and things like that. So I intentionally asked Anik and his team to stay on the strategy side, just so you all know, because I think that's the most important component. You can find a certified admin. I don't know if you all know, we have a certifications program that we just launched I want to say less than 2 months ago, where you can find someone who already has the wizardry and the strategery, if those are even real words, to just to be able to come back and build those things out for you. But the big piece is the North Star for your business, and that's what you're going to get here. So if you are excited for us to get started with day three content, as we just summarized day one and two, give us a yes in the chat, give us interactions. I don't know if you've ever done one of these live events yourself. The best part of being, a moderator and a guest and a host is the energy we get from the audience and the crowd. So I definitely appreciate you all interacting last couple of days. So without any further ado, Anik, you're someone that has been teaching this stuff for many years. I know you said it took 18 years to crack the code on a couple of new things, but I know for a fact there are some OGs that have followed your footsteps in building businesses. I got the chance to come meet some of them in Orlando at your webinar con. I know about Board of Expertise event that you have, and these guys are all seasoned veterans that come in and learn from you. And mostly, almost everybody that I met at that event were doing north of $50 million or more in revenue. So I like to think you're not giving yourself enough credit on all the things that you built up for the 18 years, and I think the crowd is going to really love your thoughts on strategy. So let's get started with scalable traffic.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, everyone. So we're going to go over today something called the POI model. I sometimes I call it the OPI model or POI. You'll see why it's a little bit mixed up. And I want you to just remember this, and I will try to sketch out as much of it as I can. And like I said, I'm trying to leave as much room for questions. There are replays people have been asking, so I would just ask the moderators, if you don't mind, to paste the replay links in the comments on the various social networks. That would be super helpful. And I encourage you to watch them. I think they're excellent. And if you want to see our snapshots in action, go towards the last 20 minutes of yesterday's day two, and you'll directly see Sarah, who's been the person helping me build all of these. You'll see her putting them into action. Today I'm going to talk about traffic. Traffic is very important. And I believe genuinely that I have talked about everything in the correct order. I feel that a lot of business owners focus on traffic too soon. I mean this after having done it for 20 years now. And I was that person too, by the way. So one of the things I get asked about all the time. So I'll teach people how to build an email marketing business, right? So I'll teach people how to build an opt-in page, start driving traffic to it. And they won't even build the opt-in page because they'll say, well, how am I going to drive traffic to it? And I'm like, well, we're putting the cart before the horse. Let's just one step at a time. Let's get there, right? And I think my question when they ask me that, I'm like, the question you should really ask me is, why would someone want to opt in for your list? That's the first question. So that was the offer. That's why we talked about offer day one. And then what's the funnel look like? Well, they're going to go give you their email address. What do they see after the email address? How are you going to pay for that email address? Did you pay to get that email address? That's the second question you should ask. It's only after you have answered those that traffic is even relevant. The irony is that if you answer one and two well, traffic will be easy. So we're going to talk about traffic. What's the catch? I've already revealed the catch to you. I have a very, very sinister goal here. It's very, very tricky. And that is that I would love for you to get high level at the end of this. And I'd love for you to get it through me. That's it. High level is kind enough to pay me to do these trainings from what you pay them. So you're not paying anything extra for me. That includes all the stuff I offer in the back end. And I'll throw a lot of bonuses to twist your arms and to help you make that decision. And if you're already in high level, I'll ask you to upgrade. And if you've already upgraded to the highest level, I'll ask you to get another account just to have access to me and my cool stuff. And if you don't want to do that, then I'll give you some stuff for free. How about that, right? So everyone wins. That's my catch. Okay, now that the cat's out the bag, we can all kind of calm down and just enjoy the training. So how do you acquire new customers? I want to go over a really simple concept, everybody. This is very, very high level theory, but some people really need to hear it. I have worked with so many tens of thousands of people that are establishing new businesses. And I have to teach this because it's crazy to me how many people don't get this concept. If you want to build a business online, you need either one of these two things. You cannot build a business successful online with neither. Okay. So one of my closest friends is he's my best friend for since I was in third grade. He's watched me become successful online, and he himself has a really high paying job. He's a technical guy, works top security clearance, blah blah blah. Wants to build a business online. He has 2 kids, which I can now appreciate what that does to your time. I never did before, but I do appreciate that now. He has a great job, and he has a great social life that he really enjoys. So one thing he told me, I don't have a lot of time, Anik. I want to build a business. I said, okay, great. That's okay. But then the next thing he told me is, I don't want to invest anything into it. Well, now we have a problem. So if you have a lot of time, you can shortchange some of the things you'd have to invest with time. You put more time in, do the content yourself, figure out the tech yourself, create the offers yourself, focus on organic traffic. Free traffic takes time. But if you don't have a lot of time, then you hire some people to do all that stuff, and you pay for traffic with Facebook and Google and all those sources. Simple theory, but it's important. Today, we're going to talk about both. I'm going to show you how to get traffic if you have money, and I'm going to show you how to get traffic if you don't have money. All right. This is the model. All right. It's called POI, and you probably cannot see this, and that's okay. I am just going to come out of this. I'll come out of it, and I'll draw. Or actually, I know what I'll do. Hold on. I know exactly what we'll do. We can go to presenter mode, and we can do this. And so I'll write out what you need to hear. Okay, so hold on one sec, guys. All right, so P, okay, P stands for paid. All right, and note, paid, just because it's up here on the model, just because it's the top thing on the model, does not mean I want you to do that first. As a matter of fact, paid is the third thing you do. So for those of you who are frightened at the idea of paid traffic, you're right. You should not jump into it in the beginning. O stands for organic. That's basically free traffic. And I stands for influencers. And this isn't necessarily the type of influencers you're thinking, but we'll go over each one in a second here. And if I'm not spelling right, just excuse me. I have no idea how to spell. All right. So POI, paid, organic, and influencers. Now let's talk about paid. What goes into paid? And what's written here is you've got Facebook, you've got YouTube, you've got TikTok, you've got email ads you can buy, and you've got sponsorships. I focus mostly on Facebook and YouTube when it comes to paid traffic. So the rest of it is nice to have, but it's not a must-have. And I just wanted to make sure that you saw some of the options out there. But I mean, honestly, guys, you can do Facebook alone and make decamillions a year. So, dude, the worst thing you can do when you do paid traffic is do too much of it. Okay. Oh, you've got YouTube long form. Okay. 10-minute videos on YouTube, 10+ minute videos. You've got shorts, which if you are not doing shorts right now, it is the #1 way to build a brand and get traffic. I mean, nothing else even comes close. It's the de facto traffic strategy that I'm going to be teaching to the next thing I'm doing with High Level, which is I'm going to be building an entire portal to teach people affiliate marketing and to list building. And the #1 free way to drive traffic for that is going to be shorts. So TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, one more, YouTube Shorts. They work. Groups, Facebook groups. I love Facebook groups, not necessarily for new traffic, but for deeper relationships with existing traffic. I get a lot of sales out of the group. I don't necessarily get a lot of clicks. That makes sense. We get high conversion though. Content marketing, blogs, SEO, obviously, you know, it works, but it takes time. Then you've got podcasting. I podcast guest. I do at least 2 to 3 podcast guests a week. Doesn't generate a lot of clicks, but generates lots of business opportunity. A lot of relationships. One thing happens, one thing stems from another thing. And then last but not least, events. I do a lot of events. This is an event. This is an event. This is something that we promoted to our email lists. And so here we are, right? And then last but not least is I, which is influencers. So affiliates, influencers such as people on Instagram that you pay $30 for a shout out, $100 for a shout out, $1,000 for a shout out, or if it's Kim Kardashian, $1 million or $2 million for a shout out. Celebrities are more negotiated deals. I've done these. They've been very profitable, but they're not right for people unless you're doing Deca Millions already. JV deals, affiliates, referrals, or buying out companies. In the ones that I like the most, the only ones I plan on talking about really today are affiliates and influencers. The rest of them are great, but they're a lot more involved and they're just there for more mature businesses. But you can do affiliates and influencers pretty straightforward, pretty simply. So let's just dive a little bit deeper into this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next one, and this is where it gets really interesting to see what how all of this works. So I have come back to this model multiple times, right? You guys have seen me talk about this before. So we talked about the Pentagon of Scale, which is the foundation of any business. Again, I don't care if you're a digital business, physical business. I find the Pentagon of Scale to be the foundation of a business that intends to scale. So we talked about that on day one. Go back day one, listen to the first 30 minutes. You'll get the full idea of what this is. But now that and then we spent day two, we talked about this part. Day two, we talked about this part, the part that actually prints the money, the funnel, right? Where do you send people to? Guys, again, if you are a dentist marketing consultant, if you are a local restaurant marketing consultant, you still have to think like this. You don't. Most consultants don't think like this. Most people that have clients on Go High Level don't think like this. And I'm telling you, you have to start thinking of everything like a funnel, so you know where everyone is, and that's where you're gonna really build a business. So we spent day two talking about that. Now I want to talk to you about traffic and in what order you do this traffic and how it impacts scale. So I'm about to get super theoretical now. All right, I get that. We're gonna go one level higher even. But I promise you, it's gonna make sense, and you're gonna understand why. So the order upon which I tell people you should be doing your business or you should be doing your traffic is right up there. Okay, the order of focus is OIP. So free traffic. Well, influencer is free traffic. So organic content traffic. Then you move to influencer traffic. Then you move to paid. Now you move back to influencer, and then you move and you focus heavily on organic again. So why am I doing this? Okay, remember we talked about functions. So the first day I spoke to you about the functions of each of the offers in your business. Let's talk about the function of each of these types of traffic. So why do I not, when you first have an idea and you first have an offer, I don't want you to run to paid traffic. You know, I just had a conversation with my team. This is a true story. This happened 2 days ago. We have an offer that we just launched in the company. I think it's going to do really well. It's in the compliance world. It's like a $15,000 to $50,000 type of offer. So the team was like, hey, let's start running traffic to it. And I said, nope, we've never sold this before. I'm not running traffic to it. That's crazy. Why would I spend money without knowing I've got something that's worth selling? So what are we doing? Let's do organic outreach. Let's reach out to people. Once we get one sale, I'm willing to talk. We'll do paid traffic. But so this is my entire idea. The first idea, the reason you organic first, which is, again, you make shorts, you make posts on your Facebook about it, make a Facebook group, you manually reach out to people. That's right, guys, I still do it till this day. I use this phone right here, and I personally message people and ask them about things that are relevant to them. So you can do that. Go knock on doors, right? If you're a local consultant, get on the phone, call the dentists, call these people and hear back and take the objections and see if you've got something. But do it for free. Now, when you feel like you've got something, this next part is for digital citizens. This next part may not be as relevant to people that are doing offline marketing. I like to move into the I. The I world is influencers. Here's what I'm testing. The O was warm audiences. I was posting on Facebook. I was posting to people I know. I was messaging people I know. So maybe it converted well because they know me. How will this offer work for people that don't know me. So again, this is the part where if you're the dentist consultant and you were calling dentists during the O phase, they don't know who you are. And if you were able to make it work, it kind of checked off the I function too, because that's cold audience. So the function of O was to test the offer. The function of I is to test how the offer does to cold audiences. So in the digital citizen world, where I'm selling courses or content or consulting, I'm going to go pay a influencer on Instagram some money to post about me. I'm going to pay an affiliate some money to say, hey, send an email, promote this service. I want to see how it does. Now, only if it worked on organic and it works on influencer am I going to even consider doing paid. So the function of paid is scale, consistency and scale, because I can't really control organic. It's not scalable. I'm not going to sit here and message people. And you know what? When I'm posting content and doing social media, I'm beholden to Facebook and Google and all these platforms. I can't control how much they promote me. Influencers, well, now I'm at the disposal of influencers. So an influencer might say, sure, pay me $1,000, I'll post, but the next post I have available is in 3 weeks. Well, what the hell am I supposed to do for those 3 weeks? So although I like that, I don't want to be beholden to it, because now, again, I'm waiting on somebody else to deliver me traffic. But the third one is paid. That's my control. I can dial that up or down myself. I can go into Facebook, launch an ad right now, and it'll be live in 10 minutes, and I could spend $10,000 or $10. It's up to me. I like the control. So it delivers me consistency, predictability, reliability. But downside is they charge me every day. They charge my card. So I don't want to risk, unless you have a lot of capital, right? So this is where it comes down. Anik, I don't got time, but I got money. Well, I don't mind if I lose a couple grand on paid ads. Okay, then go for it. Skip O&I, go straight to paid. But for most people, that doesn't tend to be the case, and they don't like that idea, and I don't blame them. I still don't. I have money, and I still like to make sure my offer is tested before I do anything else. For example, even here, right now, right? I have an offer for you. I want you to join Go High Level with me under my account. But before I do paid traffic to this offer, I want to test it organically, make sure how do people respond to it. So organic, now you have a tested offer. You know it works to cold audiences. You go to paid. So why did we go back to I and O? Well, this again, digital citizen. All right. Again, if you're an offline marketing consultant, I'm telling you right now, if you do dentists offline in your local market, test the offer, make 10 to 20 calls. Once you know that you are getting conversions to cold market, turn on them paid traffic, turn on the Google traffic, man, turn on the Facebook traffic. It's going to work. It's going to do really good numbers for you if you know what you're doing, or hire an agency at a low cost to run that traffic for you, and it'll do well. In the digital citizen world, here's what I did. So paid traffic has a cap. I started hitting it. For my topic, I could spend $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month. That was it, right? I know it sounds first world problems. I get it. And then when I say I spend that, I meant I made back more. So I was like, how do I spend even more? How do I get access to more audiences that are warm? So I went and I took a year and a half, but I made a deal with Robert Kiyosaki. I made a deal with Damon John. I made a deal with Bob Proctor. I made a deal with Les Brown. And man, my business exploded. So now I'm doing the celebrity route. So I went back to add even more scale. That was beyond what paid was doing for me alone. Now I have access to all of these people's platforms and all their warm audiences. So they and I film an ad together, their face is next to my product, bam. Oh man, it was like a lighting of fire, guys. Now, why do we go back to O? This is interesting. And this is a big lesson for you guys. Most people that you talk to, so this is, you run a laundromat or you'd run a digital business, most people you talk to will not buy from you. And I really want that thought to sink in, guys. Most people you talk to will not buy from you. So what do you do with them? This is where I'm the king of. This is what I've been doing for 20 years, and I do it better than most people. And that is the one word, follow up. Or 2 words, I guess. Follow up. Just because they don't buy from you today Doesn't mean they won't buy from you in 3 months or in 6 months or 9 months or 12 months. Why does someone not buy from you today? Assuming you have followed my instructions, you have a killer acquisition offer, a killer anchor offer. It's one of those offers that someone has to be stupid to say no to, but yet majority of people will still say no to it. So why do they say no? So only really one of a few reasons. One, they don't believe you. That's a trust issue. They don't believe you, point blank. All right, number two, they just don't have the capacity, the money. Maybe they're going through some personal shit. They're going through something right now that just makes it so they cannot focus on what you're offering them. Okay? Or number three, they just don't want it right now. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want more leads or wouldn't want more, but they just don't want it right now, right? A dentist might be like, I'm booking out appointments 4 months from now, man. I don't have any time to even facilitate the customers I'm currently dealing with. What the hell would I want more leads for? Okay, they just don't want it. Those are the only three reasons. But guess what? With change of seasons, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, those reasons change. So first and foremost, trust, stay in front of them. Reach out every month or 2 months, whether it be through email, through text, and just help. Hey, by the way, I saw this, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I saw a negative review on Yelp for you. I came in and kind of responded to it. Hope that's helpful. You know, love what you guys are doing. And just stay there, man. Stay present. And I'm telling you, you'll double your sales conversions. That's a claim. I don't have anything to back it up. I'm talking hypothetically, you will increase your conversions. So the reason we come back to O is to stay present and stay in front of everybody so that we can continue to, because what happened with me, man, was we were spending $1 million a month in paid traffic. We were going cold, out wide to people that don't even know what online marketing is. They're just not ready to buy right now. They're not ready to move forward. It's too new. So when they started to see me again and again on social media, posting content, my podcast, my blogs, my Facebook group, all these things, they start to get to know me. They start to trust me. They start to like me, and they start to buy from me. So some people just need to be courted longer. So that's why we go O to test, I to test cold traffic, P to scale, I to add infinite scale, and then back to O because we are so cold by the time we reach infinite scale that we need to nurture some people to gain that trust. So I'm going to pause real quick right there. Did that make sense? The series of traffic avenues we choose and why we choose them. It's important to understand this, irregardless of what type of business you run.
I love it, and I think some of the things that that some of you might be thinking about is like, well, Anik, well, Paulson, I don't have a relationship with, the Grant Cardones and the Tony Robbins and the Les Browns. How do I get started if I'm a local digital marketer just trying to start off? Just like the affiliate model, just like the influencer model, the stepping stone that I recommend is bringing in or courting referral partners. Those individuals could be mom and pop shops. They could be smaller micro players in a certain sector or avatar. But what you want to do is incentivize them and reward them in a way that makes sense. So you may not jump into a big influencer, especially if you are doing local services, local lead gen services, and things like that. This works obviously very well with digital online products, info products, and things like that. But I just wanted to add that small nugget there because when you're launching a local marketing business, or a SaaS business in the local space, sometimes you don't have access to bigger names, bigger brands. So don't be afraid to just start with a referral partner as your stepping stone, as you bring up your brand awareness, because at the end of the day, paid ads is what's going to scale. But what I know about paid ads after running millions of dollars, just like Anik is, if your offer stinks, it's going to stink a little further with paid ads. If it's really good, it's going to go far.
It's
That's a
it's
reality.
gonna stink a lot further. It's gonna stink. Hey, so can we stay on this for a little bit? Because I want to give everyone ideas, and I really
Sure.
want to.
Yeah, yeah.
This is important because this is where I'm really good at this. This is like probably my. So guys, if you join our mastermind virtually, which is free, if you're part of Go High Level, this is what you're gonna get with me. Every few weeks, I go on live. My team goes on. We ideate with you. So I love what you said. Hey, if you're a local marketing person, you don't have access to Grant Cardone. So first and foremost, neither did I. I had no access to Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, Damon John, or none of them. The thing is, the bigger the name, the bigger the celebrity you want to get, the more patient you got to be, the more strategic you got to be. And I just find most people don't have it. Okay, most of my competition in the online marketing world, they can't think past 1 month. I think in terms of 10 years sometimes. So I invested about a year and a half in wooing Robert Kiyosaki's company and his team. I was very strategic. I'll tell you a funny story, but this shows you how I think. So Robert Kiyosaki, I was promoting something and I was an affiliate. Okay, there was a launch happening. And the leader, I'm always used to winning launches. Like, that's just a thing. Like, I'm entitled to it. I win launches. That's what I was doing at that time, and that's what I do today. All right, I'm very competitive. Even when I came on as an affiliate for High Level, the first conversation I had with the founders was, who's the number one guy? Whose face do I put a target on? And I'll take them down. I'm going to take 18 months to 2 years. I'm going to take them down. Right? It's just how I work. I have fun that way. And I say that with all due respect. And to find out that it's probably Frank Kern just made it more fun, because Frank and I go way back, and I love to bump him off his throne. So what I did is, the next day when the leaderboard comes out, I see Robert Kiyosaki on the top of the leaderboard. I'm like, Robert Kiyosaki? What? Right? This is the first book I ever read. I idolize this guy, okay? The first book I ever read, Rich Dad Poor Dad, changed my life, like back in high school. I'm like, so I reach out to the team. They're like, yeah, it's Robert Kiyosaki, the Robert Kiyosaki. He's promoting us. I was like, holy crap, that's me. And my name right under him, right? So the thing I said was, oh, hell no. There is no chance you're beating me. This is my turf. You do whatever you do in your turf. This is my turf. You're not beating me. So we went to town. I told my team, at all costs, at all expenses, I don't give a crap what happens, we beat Robert Kiyosaki. So we're going back and forth. We're fighting. One day we're ahead. The next day he's ahead. Down to the last few hours. I remember my wife had booked us tickets to go to a Russell Peters concert. And I wanted to cancel because we were like 4 or 5 hours to go and we were behind. So I told my team a bunch of stuff. I'm at the concert. I'm looking at my phone. The last hour to go, we pulled ahead and we won. We came in number one. And what happened is, I was thinking that night, I'm like, oh, wait, how am I going to harness this? How do I get in front of them? Well, my marketing director jumps the gun, sends an email to them at 3 a.m. that said, subject line, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. That was the email, by the way. And the email went on to make fun of them and saying, in a nice way, but saying like, we got you. You can't beat us in our turf. He literally said the stuff I used to say out loud, like he said it to them. Turns out his leadership, his president, have a great sense of humor. They found it hilarious, responded to him, and said, let's get on a call and talk. I got on the phone. Here's the first thing I did. I said, guys, where are you based out of? They said, Scottsdale. I know the value of getting in front of someone face to face. It's invaluable. So you know what I said? I totally lied, and I've fessed up to them by now. All right, so they know this. I said, damn, where in Scottsdale? I don't even know Scottsdale, guys. I hadn't ever been to Arizona at that point. I'm acting like I know the place like it's the back of my hand. And they're like, oh, so-and-so. And I'm like, hey, is that close to? And I just picked a random city that I've heard of. And they're like, well, it's 20 minutes. I said, I'll be damned, guys. In 3 weeks, I'm going to be there for something else. I'm going to be around for a couple of days. You mind if I come in and take you guys out to lunch? They're like, oh, yeah, that would be great. Come on in. They're talking. I'm booking my Southwest flight. Like, I guess I'm going to Arizona in a few weeks. So you gotta be smart. You gotta be strategic about this stuff. The way I got Damon John. And by the way, that meeting in person with them, I got them to get Robert Kiyosaki to write the foreword to my first book ever. Holy smokes, right? By asking for it. So biz dev is like something I'm very good at, and I don't expect anyone here to be that good at it. It's patience, it's charming, it's schmoozing. But I'm just trying to give everyone hope that I also did not know these people. Every single one of them I walked into. But let me tell the local marketers an example of what you could do that's within your reach. It's going to take time. It'll take you 3 to 5 months to get the full effect of it. But boy, oh my God, would it be huge. And if I did local marketing, this is what I would do. I have my accountant who used to do my CPA. By the way, guys, CPAs are awesome. They are, if you do local marketing, CPAs are the shit. They know everything. They know everyone. Find a CPA that's been around for 10 to 15 years in your local city and make them your friends. And CPAs love to go to the chamber events and all that crap that we don't like to go to. These people go to that. My CPA, the one I have, he has 800 local clients. 800. Doctors, lawyers. It was crazy. So you know what you do? Do the service for free for the CPA. Tell them that you will help them generate more leads. You will do this, you will do that. Woo them with no ask. Do not dare ask a damn thing from them for 3 to 4 months. And they'll ask you, why are you doing this for free? Look them dead in the eyes and tell them, I want to win you over. I want you to see what I can do. And I'm going to ask you to refer me people, but in a very unique way. But we're not even talking about that for 3 or 4 months. Don't ask me anything right now. Let me just deliver results. In 3 months, you ask them to run a local event with you in partnership with you. So you rent a local hotel, a local spot, 4 or 5 hours, and you run this event for the local community that's about tax optimization plus lead generation. You come up with something. They are the sponsors. You are the sponsors. Their deal is they email all their clients to invite them to the event. You do whatever local marketing you can on Facebook and all that. You get 50 to 60 people in that room. You're going to close 10 to 15 of them. Boom, congratulations. Your business is going to hit another level, because those 10 to 15 are going to refer more people. You do the event again. CPA comes to you happy because he closes 5, 6, 7 new clients. Do that with a lawyer, a local CPA, people that service businesses. That's an influencer for you. You don't need a Grant Cardone. Influencer just means someone that has access to the target audience you want and has influence over them. That's it. So you got to think outside the box. That's why I say, give me a freaking sub shop, man, and see what happens a year from now. I'm just going to approach it differently, right? So now you start to say, did anyone, by the way, I'm not looking at the chats, but I'll let the team tell me, did anyone just have a little bit of a wow moment there? Did the light bulb just go on at the maximum amount of potential you have in taking these concepts that I'm sharing with you and deploying them in your space, whatever that space may be?
Yeah, we're getting a lot
But
of
yeah, in
positive
my space,
yeses. Yeah, a lot
awesome.
of positive
Good.
yeses. Smart idea. I
And
like it. I'm gonna do it. Yep.
love that. Love that. So in my world, the Grant Cardones, which was one of the influencers, so people want to ask, how did I get on Grant Cardone's stage? Again, guys, long-term thinking. He was charging 20 grand to have him interview you. And with that 20 grand, that means I get to be in the room with Grant for an hour and a half. I get to know his team. I get to fly down to his offices. I get this interview, which I'm allowed to use on ads. I could target Grant Cardone audiences. This is years ago. It's like 4 or 5 years ago. 20 grand? Again, I know I just did that, but I was a guy making millions in business. It's a small, like, that's why I said it comes in stages, right? That doesn't come until it's a fourth step in the traffic matrix. So you would be making enough for that to be no problem. I knew going into it that I want him to invite me to speak on his stage. So as we did the interview, I slipped in some subconscious things. I've actually told him about this later, that I completely tricked him into inviting me to speak on his stage. And he laughs. He's like, damn, that's why you're a copywriter. I said, yeah, exactly. That talk I did with him, 1 million views on YouTube. 1 million views on YouTube. The 20 grand was freaking nothing. I got on his stage, made 6 figures there. I got 1 million views. I used it for ads, probably made $1 million from that. So you got to start getting creative with these people. And what I have found, even with me, this is going to sound bad, but it's not. I don't mean it to sound bad, but everyone's got a price, guys. All influencers have a price. So sometimes for those big influencers you want to get in front of, that you just pay. And if you don't have the money to pay right now, then focus on the other things until you do, and then eventually just pay.
I think
Just
I
get in
think
front
the
of them
big
by doing
thing
that. So
I think the big thing with this type of influencer affiliate model is the relevancy of the affiliate themselves, right? Like for high level, for example, we focus on digital or marketing or sales oriented authorities. We don't just randomly go to, I guess, like the Tony Robbins, right? Because there's their inspirational content, motivational content, which is all fine and dandy, but how do we get someone like that to get into the workflows and build something out, right? That kind of an interaction usually happens with relevancy of marketing or some sort of a sales oriented thing. So that's what you want to pay attention to. Like I'm based in Texas in Houston. For me, if I'm building a local marketing agency or a local services provider type of a business in Houston, I'll find the micro influencers. For example, how many of you guys remember Mattress Mac? I'm pretty sure he had a Super Bowl campaign, right? He's one of the older guys that are in the world of Texas, and he's a authority, right? That's a perfect example of a micro influencer that you can really, in a way, do a deal with or whatever to help you launch. But we know this works because that's how High Level launched. I mean, we did the OIPIO. We still do it at scale with
yeah,
multiple teams at the end of the day, but the principles are the same. Um, Anik, anything else you want to share
actually,
today?
great
Yeah, go
example.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, some of the other slides are just getting specific, like they're talking about, what each of these POIs are, but I took time to just scribble them instead of showing you the slides. The only one other, I just want to show one more slide. This is just another aha moment for everybody, because for me this was a it's going to sound simple, guys, but this took me 18 years. This is the thing it took me to figure out, okay? So, none of this is that relevant if you're not looking to scale your business. But if you're looking to scale, which I think everyone should, you should always at least build for scale, whether you choose it or not, it's different. It's a very simple chart. Everybody that you're selling to is somewhere on this diagram. Okay. You're here today. You may not be a customer of High Level. Okay. Some of you today literally just heard what High Level is yesterday. A bunch of you today don't know who the heck I am. But let's leave me out for a minute. Let's just talk about High Level. There's a group of you today that just heard about it yesterday. There's a group of you today that have been hearing about it for 6 months, but you haven't bought. But you're on different areas. So let me ask this: who is more likely to invest in High Level today? The person who just heard about it yesterday, or the person who's been attending these and been kind of in the loop for 6 months? It's definitely the 6-month person. And the reason for that is they're warmer to you. Now, the 6-month person, at some point, if they're still engaged, they're going to buy. It's just a matter of when. And so the true secret to scaling, I've been talking about this for the last 2 days, is the ability to tap cold audiences. So, but a lot of cold audiences don't want to buy. So how do you make a cold audience more likely to buy from you? Is through content, by being present. Right? In the digital world, you put out Facebook posts, you put out shorts and videos and YouTube and podcasts. In the offline world, if you're talking about that dentist that you've been trying to woo, you stay present. Once a month, you check in on them, see what's going on, help them out. You see a negative review, leave a positive review, and let them know you did it. Just little things like that. A little email with no ask. It just says, hey, by the way, hope you're doing well. Saw this, thought of you. Oh, hey, saw this on your ad. I really recommend you should change this. You'll get better results. Oh, by the way, change the headline on your, change the the H tag on your website. Just stay in touch. And they go from cold to warm to hot, and eventually they buy from you. So I know it's a really simple concept, man, but I just cannot tell you, Paulson, how many people, 9 out of 10 people I coach, don't follow up. They're not in front of people. They just take a one-shot whammy and they go and they forget the fact that most of us, just like this, how much, if you're a woman and a guy just comes and gets on his knee and you've never seen him before and says, marry me, what are the chances you're going to marry that person? 1 out of 10,000? Someone's going to say yes, but not many. Versus you've dated that person for 6 months or a year, and then you get it on your knee. It's a simple concept, but we don't use it in business. I don't know why. And so I just wanted to get that public message out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to one of the most profound things you said in day one, I'm gonna put on my MBA in finance hat that I wasted 100,000 for a quick second. We're all in we're all in a cyclical analysis, right? In cyclical movements, like whether it's offers, engagement, whatever it is, we're all in a cycle of something. And with purchases, whether it's online, offline, everybody's in a sales cycle of some kind. And usually in the 5-day challenge and other programs I teach this, you have something called active buyers and you have interested buyers. They're both buyers, right? For an example, how many of you would like a I don't know, a fancy car, a Lamborghini Aventador, right? How many of you would like one? But today, are you going to go actually look to grab one, right? That's the difference between an active buyer that is going to actually write the check today or wire the funds today on Wells Fargo or wherever versus someone who's interested. And that interest sometimes could be a couple of years long. Some maybe you have product knowledge and it could be shortened down to 3 days. But there is two different types of shadows that happen in a sales cycle. That's the active buyer versus the interested buyer. Your job as a marketer is to provide relevant content that has good context to the offer, not
Yeah.
just throwing up a bunch of content, but actually creating context to what you're providing to the market, saying that you can take them from a current situation to the desired situation. Hopefully that gives you some ideas of how to actually implement some of these strategies. Anik, if you have time, let's do some Q&A. And maybe before
Yeah.
that, can you, I know one of the biggest questions that I got, by the way, congrats to all of you that jumped into joining the High Level family last couple of days.
Yes.
I seen a ton of new family members. So can you share,
Right.
if you don't mind, one more time of the snapshots that you're giving away? I know you had mentioned that you're going to have a potential bonus or something for existing users that are not ready to upgrade or
Mhm.
sign up. But can you just review that one time before we go into deep dive Q&A and we can rapid fire?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I have a bunch of slides for this, guys. I'm not going to even bother. I'm going to walk you through it right now, just visually. You can go along with me. Um, I just I don't know. I wrote a bunch of slides, and given that this is our community and we're part of a community, I feel weird going through them because feels very pitchy to me, and so I just kind of retired that on the thought. And I'm also, to be honest with you, I'm introducing myself to the community, right? So I'd love for you to buy through me, but that's not my main goal right now. My main goal was to deliver you value, to get you to start thinking and get you to impact your business. And I'm doing the same thing. You're cold to me right now. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to deliver value to you. And over time, I'm going to make the ask and you're going to buy. So I'm just not worried about the timeline of it. But basically, we're offering, look, right now, I told you that you know, you can drive as much traffic as you want. Where's the traffic going? The traffic has to go to a page, to a funnel. It has to go somewhere so that you can turn the person into revenue, not just today, but the longer term, right? The back end, the recurring, the ALBR. There's three funnels that I told you. There's the low ticket funnel, which is when you sell products that are $1 to $100. There is the webinar funnel, and then there is the book a call funnel, right? Those are the three. There's a lot of intricacies that come with each of these. There's email workflows, there's text messages, there's did they show up, did they not show up? There's a whole series of automations and tools, and you can totally do this on your own. But I have spent the last 20 years marketing and testing every funnel under the sun. I have spent millions upon millions of dollars of paid traffic, as much as $1 million a month. You know what happens real quick when you're spending $1 million a month on paid traffic? You figure your funnels out real fast. You fine tune the crap out of them. You make sure that 1% juice is squeezed out of every piece because you have to. It's a lot of money on the line. Well, I've done all of that, and I've never offered this ever, even to my mastermind. I have a mastermind, people that pay me $25,000 a year. I've never offered this to them. So my snapshots are the three funnels. So if you intend to sell anything low ticket, if you intend to ever do a webinar, if you intend to ever do a book a call funnel, I got it. I've done it for you, including my design. Just go and change the words, change the logo, make it yours, change the emails and text messages, change the logos, connect them into whatever systems you're using. It took me 10 years to get there. It'll take you an hour. I think that's fair, right? I think that's pretty good. So you get that no matter which of the packages today you choose to take with High Level. You're going to get my snapshots. Number two, I have 24 courses. I don't want to dump a bunch of courses on you, but if you're looking to create a great offer, if you're like, man, what's a good acquisition offer for my business? Take the course. I'm going to walk you through it. If you want to learn how to do Facebook ads, if you want to learn how I write copy, how I create sales material that converts like crazy for me. Some of my best courses, okay? If you want to learn how I do email marketing, these are courses that people have spent $1,000 to $2,000 to buy. This isn't just, I'm not making up value. I'm not like, oh, it's just worth $180,000. No, it's people have actually spent $1,000 to $2,000 to buy. All right. They're all free now inside of this partnership. So what happens is the starter plan, okay, and I'll give you the URL in a second. The starter plan, actually, here, I'll throw the URL for you. Let me just grab it here. Whoops, that's not it. Where the heck? Hold on one sec, guys. My team took out the URLs. I don't see it anywhere. Well, here it is. Okay. So the starter plan, you get a 14-day free trial. Okay. And it's $97 a month after that. And with this, you get to, it's expertscale.com/free. It goes to a page that explains both my offers. And then at the very bottom, you click, it takes it to High Level. Okay. And it's a 14-day trial. You get my snapshots, you get my courses, 14 days, use it for free. If you stay with us, you get to continue using, you have private label rights to my funnels, all the email that comes with it, all the text message, it's the whole thing. Okay. It's all the automations. It's everything for all 3 of the funnels. Now, that's awesome, but I got something even better. And that is my virtual mastermind. So I launched this. I haven't even named it yet. Okay. But I used to call it the Scale Mastermind. I sold a few people at $12,000 to join it. So I actually have track record of that. And after selling a few people at 12,000, I decided to not do it anymore. And I'll tell you why. This partnership with High Level came up. And I thought this would be amazing to offer to people that subscribe to High Level through me for free. So you have options today. You can either pay me $1,000 a month for it, or you can join High Level at the unlimited level. So what happens there? Okay, it's a 30-day free trial, and it's $297 a month after that. But that's a third of what I was going to charge. And when I was going to charge it, it wasn't coming with any of the software and tools and all the things that you need. Just so we're very clear, everybody, you need High Level. You need it no matter what. You can do it without me. That's fine. You don't need me. You need High Level, right? And I mean this honestly. You can't build a business online or offline without the capabilities of what High Level offers you. You need pages, you need design, you need emails, you need automations, you need AI, you need text messaging, you need funnels, you need all the stuff they offer you. You can either buy it independently with different apps, which is what I did for years. You'll spend way more than $300 a month. So this is a no-brainer. 30 days for free, $297 a month. You get a suite of tools that High Level itself has said is worth over $7,000 a month, and I believe them. Guys, I was spending 10 grand a month just on Salesforce, just on one tool. All right. So this is a true story. And on top of that, you're going to get me and everything that comes with me. So you get my team, you get me. So the mastermind comes with not only the courses, not only the snapshots, but it comes with regular trainings like this, but in a much more intimate manner where we get to work together and answer your questions. You get my support team, you get my community. So you're getting a virtual mastermind. You never have to fly. If you're international, that's fine. You never travel anywhere. It's all virtual, but you get access to all of that for free. So today, when you go to expertscale.com/free, you're going to make a choice at the bottom. Starter plan, unlimited plan, you get a 14-day free trial, then $97 a month after that, or you get a 30-day free trial and $297 a month after that. You can cancel at any point. That's fine. You can upgrade. You can do the $97 today and upgrade later to $297. That's fine. No pressure, no stupid scarcity, no urgency tactics. Do it if it's right for you. Join us. And that's what you get today. You can go to gohighlevel.com as well and just sign up with High Level directly. No problem. But then you won't get me. That's all. Right. So, and for those of you who already have High Level at the highest level, right, and you don't want to play with the mastermind, I'll be happy to give you my snapshots for free. If you're already at the $497 level, that's my gift to you. But if you're at the $297 level, just upgrade yourself to $497 and you'll get the whole mastermind. If you're at the $497 level and you want the whole mastermind, you don't want just the snapshots, then buy a $97 account. Okay, send us, just do the 97 account, send us proof of that because you already have a 497. I'll give you the whole mastermind for just the 97. All right, so you can upgrade, you can get a new account, or you can, there's a lot of options here. So everyone wins. That's my offer. The worst pitch I've ever done in my history was that. I just want to keep it straight. I want to keep it very, very transparent, very straight, and just be whole with the community.
I love that, man. What's funny is, go ahead.
Can I just add one more thing, Paulson, before you? Okay. So I sent Paulson yesterday my next evolution, something we're doing, because I'm really skilled at teaching people how to build affiliate businesses and how to build email lists. I've been doing that for 10 years, and so I'm creating an entire training portal, which will be really rapid. And I'm creating businesses that are 90% ready to launch. They're going to do 30 of them. Affiliate businesses. So these are businesses in a variety of niches, from financial investing, parenting, relationships, online business, all these crypto. We're going to build 30 businesses that are basically ready to go. You just have to tie in a few things. They're affiliate businesses though. So where I show you how to build an email list and promote that, it's pretty good business. It's I don't like the word passive, but this is about the most laid back business model. I love it. I love email marketing. I've been doing it forever. It's the first thing that made a big breakthrough for me. So we're launching that. That's coming up. And we're going to put it in this portal. And when we launch it, if you're already in, it's yours. You don't have to pay us anything extra. It'll be included. So that's the other thing is we're going to continue adding more and more resources to those of you who are in my mastermind. Now you have to be a part of the mastermind level. So you have to be at the 297 unlimited level and you get all of this stuff. So anything we add, boom, you get it. So I just kind of want to show you guys that I have a bigger vision here for where we're taking this for the next couple of years, not even the next couple of months. And we're really, really diving into it. And so I'm excited. But yeah, expertscale.com/free to make that happen. And I'll turn it back over to you, Paulson.
Thanks, Anik. So just real quick, just for clarity, if somebody's already on the 497 plan and you had mentioned you're willing to give away the snapshots and things like that. And for that, our team at High Level, we're gonna provide a Google Drive resources link in the chat as soon as we're done with this. So look out on the chat if you're already on the highest plan. You'll get the direct snapshot links and things like that. So you do have to be on a high level account to use a snapshot. So I'm not too worried about it. You usually cannot install a snapshot into another software system and make it work. But either way, we'll make sure that's provided to you for those of you that are already on the highest plan. So Anik, thanks for doing that. I know. So the reality is I went to Orlando and met with a lot of these folks that Anik has, done a lot of this with, like the folks that pay him a ton of money. I've spent time with them and figured out who they are and spent time with them as well. And, honestly, his community is pretty powerful if you ask me. And back in the day, this is kind of how I launched. Like I went to a mastermind, Rob and Alex, one of the co-founders of High Level, told me about, and it was this random guy named Billy Jean living out of his mom's house that's putting together a little mastermind group in San Diego. That literally was 2014 or 15, back when I started. And that was my launch. And today, the folks from that group are some of the most 7, 8 figure entrepreneurs that you see as leaders. And I'm sure Anik had the similar experiences of seeing businesses just grow and personal brands grow over time. But either way, you have to jump into a community. As an entrepreneur, we tend to be competitive and thinking that we can figure this all out on our own. I truly think a community should be around you as a support system, so you're not doing entrepreneurship all on your own. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend maybe 15, 20 minutes going through a rapid fire Q&A. If you have questions around the plans itself, I'm happy to answer that. But I want you to ask questions around the strategies and some of the things that you've learned. Maybe you don't have a question, but you have an aha moment that you want to share. This would be a great time to share that. But if you do have a question, type in the letter Q or the word question before stating the question so that way I know which ones are questions among a lot of the comments. So Anik, one of the things that I want you to kind of address is, you went through the whole FTC thing and a lot of the regulatory stuff, and you've learned a lot from it. What are some snippets that you can share with us as marketing professionals so we do things the right way? And I spent
Yeah.
3 days with you and learned a lot myself and understood the power behind some of that. So is it okay if you can take like maybe 30 seconds and just address compliance, which is totally outside of this workshop altogether? But can you
Yeah.
can you address
Yeah.
that because that is something I think is important to this community who are a group of marketers that are trying to do things the right way.
Yeah, so great question. A little bit difficult to address in 30 seconds because it's a bit of a in-depth topic, right?
It
Uh,
really is. Yeah.
I mean, look, I was 18 years in the industry and one of the leaders in the industry, and I had a full-time paralegal working for me. I had spent over $1 million in legal advice for compliance, and turns out I still didn't understand it. It took me being inside the belly of the beast, as I so say, not disrespectfully, but just, for that's just a saying, for me to really realize what the heck it really is. And it took me a lot to find the current attorney that I work with to really understand what it is. But at a very, very kind of 40,000 foot level, there's a few things that a lot of marketers are doing. One of them is we make claims. Something is innocent. You'll catch me now when I'm talking. Pay attention. I'll say, this will double your sales. And then I'll immediately be like, well, hold on. Unless I have substantiation studies, unless I have typicality studies where I can back up that this is absolutely the average typical result is to double your sales, I won't say it. Okay. Now, the nice thing is when you're a consultant, you can say a lot of stuff because you usually have data to back it up. Hey, my average customer got, 30 leads in the next week. Okay. Just make sure you've got the data to back it up. And if your average client actually got 30 leads the next week, say it. It's okay. Right. Okay. So that's very big. You can't just loosey goosey say things without the substantiation, and it's got to be typicality. You cannot cherry pick your best customers, your best clients, use their result and headline with that. That they do not like, and that's one of the biggest red flags that they get. Number two, you are not too small for the FTC. This is a big myth. Third myth, the FTC does not keep your money. A lot of people are like, oh, it's just a money grab operation for the government. They refund it all back to your customers. They're not keeping anything. So they don't care if you're small or big. They are truly out there to do what they believe is the right job by the citizens. Now, you, me, we can all argue about what that means, right? Like whether taking me down was the right job by the citizen. I mean, I don't think so, but fine, whatever, right? Number 4, testimonials. You cannot just use testimonials however you want, even if they're true. Marketers tend to say, well, it's a truth. They said that. Like I have proof. It's true. Doesn't matter. So first, did they give you a signed release to use it? Number 2, did you substantiate what they said? So if you have a testimonial from a client that says, I got 88 leads because of Anik's work, there's a few elements. A, can you verify that? Now, the nice thing in your case, in a high level case, in a lot of people, you can. You're in the system. You can see, boom. Okay, great. That's good. Number 2, taken care of, substantiated. Number 3, though, is it typical? Does a typical client of yours get 88 leads? I don't know. Do they? And you come back and say, the typical one gets about 40. Then you can't use the 88. This is a big, big thing people don't understand. You can only use the testimonials that speak to the results that are typical of a typical customer. Okay. Now, you can certainly say, hey, the average customer that stayed with us for 3 months has received 80 leads plus. If you're specific in defining the customer and what it takes to be the qualifier to receive 80. So it's a lot of, people say it's verbiage. Oh, I could say you could receive 80 leads. Man, they don't play this game. Okay. Coulds and shoulds and mays. But you've got to be specific and you've got to have substantiation. And last but not least, if you're doing one-to-one selling on the phone, in person, they are more interested in that right now. Now that's a very, we wrote a whole book about this. There's about 15 different things that you need to watch out for. There's a lot of intricate natures too, and there's a lot of great ways to protect yourself. And you know what I find? 75% of the things don't even impact conversion. If anything, they help you get better customers. When's the last time you saw high level using hype to sell high level? I've never seen it. So you don't need a lot of that stuff. But you put yourself at undue risk because you copy the next person's doing it. You think it's okay because that so-and-so is doing it and so-and-so is uncompliant. So
Anik, thanks for sharing this because I think, well, first of all, someone that went through a massive lawsuit and it was a public profile case, and you're generous enough to share from that. And I came to your event and you spent 3 days teaching all the lessons you learned from that. So I appreciate you sharing some of the lessons that you went through. And obviously, this was a huge stressful time for you and your family. And I can't imagine. But it's so cool to see, in a sense, you being able to be strong enough to come share to our community all the things you've learned, and we appreciate that. And I know a lot of us at a high level are appreciative. And the most important thing that stood out to me in what you said in Orlando was, you know, from everything I went through, what I learned is that you never needed the overextension of hype and advertising. My quality of leads have gone up since the lawsuit because I've gotten away from the hype and all these different claims, and I thought that was really interesting because today we're talking about traffic. The best traffic someone like you have gotten received was when you went in a very casual way of not having a lot of the hype. Can you share a bit on that? Like, is that still the case?
Yeah,
Do you recommend that kind of an
of
approach
course.
moving forward? Okay.
Big time, big time. I am killing hype altogether from all of my marketing because forget compliance for a minute. Let's just assume I'm untouchable. No one can get me. Okay. My dad is the president of the United States. I don't care about compliance. I'm still killing all of the hype because of the customer quality. I'll give you an example. Why did I not heavy pitch you guys today with slides? I promise you, we converted less people today, Paulson, than we would have if I went at it for 30 minutes with a pitch of slide by slide and addressing questions and calling people out and saying, "What do you have to lose? Just go sign up right now. It's just 30, you get 30 days for free." I bet you we would have double converted. And I bet you they would have fallen off like flies so fast and created a more nightmare for me, my team, and your team and you. You know what I'd rather do? Don't buy today. If I'm not talking your language and I just haven't convinced you, then it's all good, man. I tell you, do one of the following things. Give me another chance in a future date. Keep thinking about it. Keep giving Paulson a chance. Maybe the next guest that comes on is going to make you an offer you can't refuse, and you buy through them. And I'm okay with that. Oh, damn. If that's not a pattern disruption in and of itself. But you know what? If I keep showing up that way, what I'm going to do is build a community of people that truly should belong in my community. They're going to love me, respect me. They're going to buy my stuff. All right. And I'm going to deter the people who I don't want to work with, anyways. So, in the complete short interim of 1 to 5 to 10 days, sure, compliant marketing, you're probably going to make less. But go 5 to 10 months, forget about it. You can't ever convince me to put that stuff back in. So I just like to be completely upfront and honest and real. We just had the other day someone pretty much ready to pay me $12,000 for come to one of our retreats. But I could tell from the questions that she was asking, I could just tell she wasn't the right person. So I just said
Yeah.
no. I just
Yeah.
said, hey, it's not right for you. And you know what happened? She goes, wait, what? And she was so shocked that I'm not selling her. And she's like, well, I want to come. I said, but I don't think it's the right one. I don't think this is the right event. But I know what you need. And I'm probably doing that event in 3 months. And it'll actually be less expensive. And she actually responds and goes, 1,000% I'm in. Write me in right now. And even offered to pay for it. I didn't take the money because I don't even know when that event is or whatever. But I'm just trying to let you guys know, man, that type of approach with people is all of a sudden a fresh thing. That's crazy. That's how crazy we've gone in sales and marketing is everyone's pushing and pushing and pushing. Go the opposite route, and all of a sudden it's a massive pattern
Yeah.
disruption that people love. So
Yeah, and to make you proud on top of that, nothing of what we've shared today is legal advice. You need to get your own
yeah.
folks to,
Oh,
get your
100%. Yeah.
advice. But I just wanted to,
Yeah.
ask you to just, lean in on that FTC stuff and help us understand the things you went through. Because I know the thing about high level community, if you haven't figured it out yet, is it's a collaborative community. I've been in other communities where it's a lot of hacking each other's stuff and, competitiveness. You'll see a different fresh of culture here, which is something that we all pay attention to. So thank you for doing that. So let's go through Q&A. I know me and you can probably talk for hours on this stuff, but
Yeah.
let's go through Q&A real quick. I see a couple of questions here that's coming in. And congrats to those that jumped into the 30-day trial. I see a few people coming in as well. Okay,
Awesome.
where can we buy your book? I don't see it on Amazon. Is there a funnel for that, Anik? The Don't Say That
The
book, I
Don't Say
guess.
That book, it's not up yet. So it's launching on April
Okay,
16th. So you can go to
cool.
don'tsaythat.com and get on the alert list. And we have a
Yeah,
podcast. You can watch a bunch of really cool sessions, but we'll launch on April 16th. Thanks.
yeah. Richard's asking, I'm already at the 297 level and I'm not yet ready to upgrade. Am I eligible for any of the freebies? Yes, we'll make the freebies available
The snapshots.
in the snapshots in a resources link. We'll release that after this offer expires this week. Okay, so be on the lookout for it. We'll make it available to you. Uh, Zach's asking if I'm collecting info from businesses on their growth that they submit, is that enough substantiation, or would they need to provide cash flow statements, planning to use it in the generalities, or show average growth from our members? Um, I
Yeah,
don't
it's a very
follow the
specific
question.
question.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but so what it takes to substantiate a claim, I really, really encourage you work with an attorney,
yeah.
because I'm not an attorney and I don't pretend to play one, especially on the internet. But it's you know, it's like a seesaw, guys. The more you're leaning on the claim, the more your marketing leans on the claim, the more substantiation you need to have. A statement from a client that they had XYZ result is not substantiation. You need to get in there and see. So now, if you're their consultant and you can see their numbers in high level and they say, I grew my business by this, and you see the graphs and charts and sales, it's there, great. That's probably very good. Um, but if your marketing is heavily focused on your client results and you're using that, then yeah, you might need. Cause I'll give you an example. In the case, because I've heard Greg, the attorney, talk about this. In case of the real estate space, where people teach people how to buy real estate, so they'll say testimonial. Oh, and you know, Sammy made $22,000 by doing 6 transactions in his first month by my training. So in that case, first of all, it has to be typical. So let's leave that for a second. We just talk about substantiation. What the lawyer said is you have made 2 claims in 1 claim. You have said he did 6 deals and you have said he made $22,000. Now, if all you said is he did 6 deals, you just need proof of contracts of 6 deals being signed. Okay? And you substantiate it, but you said 22,000. Now the problem is you need to see the contract's purchase price, the price it sold at, you need to see if there was any repair work done. You got to do a P&L on that person. And that's pretty intrusive. You're asking for a lot of detailed information. And so that's why he said in the real estate space, he loves and prefers his clients to just focus on the deals done. Even in my space, like the next evolution, when I'm teaching people how to build an email list and do email marketing, I'm not going to talk about the money they've made. I'm going to talk about how many leads they got, because that's easy to substantiate, right? Send me a screenshot of your autoresponder system. Or if you're inside Go High Level, you know what I would prefer to do? Get your permission and ask High Level to send me a screenshot of it. Now it's even better because I got a third party validation of the thing that you said. So the level at which your claim is, the more paperwork you need to get the substantiation matched. And if you really want to know whether you've truly substantiated it, you got to get a lawyer. You can work with Greg, go to guardianlaw.com, and
Yeah,
he'll tell you what to do.
matter of fact, everything that we're talking about when it comes to compliance, it's very relevant to the workshop, which is scalable funnels, scalable offers, and scalable traffic. So everything we're talking about compliance is directly attached to the copywriting that's in all those mediums and structures, right? So
100%.
the experience that you give that traffic, the customer base, is what we're really talking about. Those of you wondering why are we talking about
Yeah.
compliance? Well, it's because it's directly correlated to how you structure a inbound traffic system like a funnel that scale, right? Enrique is
Yep.
asking, I'm unaffiliated at the SaaS level. Can Anik be made sponsor so that I can access his offers? You may have to jump on a call with speakwith.us/success. Um, and maybe they can assign an affiliation to it. I don't know how that's handled personally. I'm not a techie, so I don't want to claim to be a wizard either. But I'm sure you can talk to somebody at our support channel, and they might be able to help you. Let's see. What Nikki's asking, what are typical conversion rates for sending out emails to your audience that will open, click, and buy? Well, open, click, and buy are 3 different things, but what are some
Mhm.
numbers and benchmarks that you look for in email marketing on it?
Yeah. So I can give you the open and the clicks pretty confidently. The buy, I don't know, right? There's so many elements there. What is the price? What is the niche? What is the offer? It's impossible. But let me give you some other numbers. So if you come to me with your email list opening below 10%, we have a problem. We need to do a cleaning. We need to delete the inactives. We need to do operation. And at below 10%, you're going to get written off by all of like Google and Yahoo and them. They're not going to take you seriously. So it's a compounding issue. The more you keep sending at 10%, the lower your open rate will keep going, and the lower it goes, the worse the problem will get. So you got to do an operation quick. 10 to 20%, it's okay. It's not bad. It's good. Like it's between average and good. You still should do the operation, but it's more of an elective operation at that point. If you want to take an extra few weeks, you can, but I would suggest you should still go in and remove old leads that aren't opening and should do some cleaning. If you're at 20 to 30%, You're really good. That's good. That's a good number. And now it depends. So also the other thing that depends is like how big is your list. So for us, we're consistently between 20 and 30% at the worst case, but we're also emailing like 300,000 people. That's freaking good. That much volume of email and getting 20 to 30% opens is awesome. But if your email list is 1,000 people and you're getting 20 to 30%, you're very good. You're not bad. You're not awesome, but you're not bad or good. You're very good. Between 20 and 30%, I would just tell the person it's up to you. If you want to do some cleaning, it wouldn't hurt. But like I'm not like losing sleep over it. And above 30%, you're doing really good, right? And so I wouldn't touch it. I would just keep doing what you're doing. Clicks. Clicks are, it's a whole nother ballgame. Clicks have fallen a lot because people are just getting a lot more emails. If you're in the digital space, if you're teaching information products, coaching courses, man, if you even get 1% click-through rate, you're doing really well. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just as what it is. It used to be 4, 5, 6%. It isn't that anymore. And you'll hear a lot of email marketing consultants talk about like, well, you should get at least 5 to 10% click-through rate. Well, ask them a question. I'm not talking about segmentation. I'm talking about your main email list send where you're sending to everybody, and they're not. When they say 5 to 10% click-through rate, they're talking about a segment of active openers, active clickers. Well, yeah, duh, right? That's a cherry-picked audience, and yeah, you'll get a higher rate. So if you're in e-commerce, you typically get 3 to 5%. And if you're at those numbers, I'm like not excited, but I'm also not too worried. I will say this though. There's been some changes in email deliverability and what Google and Yahoo and all of them are doing. It changed in Feb. And click rates are becoming way more important. So even in our stuff, we're starting to focus heavier on click rates. But you're going to be anywhere between 1 and 10%. It's a much wider range, and it is. I interestingly enough, as email matures as a marketing tool, I'm not seeing open rates drop, but I'm seeing click rates drop. So I'm just being honest with you. I'm telling you that. However, that's not an issue if you do segmentation and all the things that I teach. You can make up for that. The other thing I would say is the other thing I've seen a massive uptick in that's almost become a necessity in the email marketing world. No, not almost. It has become a necessity as per February of this year. You got to clean your lists. So you've got to constantly do what we call list hygiene. So it's like, hey, if you haven't opened a single email I've sent you in 60 days, I'm going to move you to this like recovery sequence that's meant to get you to engage, because I'm basically going to tell you I'm deleting you if you don't open. And if you open, then you'll go back into my active list. If you don't open even my recovery phase, I'm just going to stop emailing you because you're ruining my stats at the places that receive emails. So those are your stats. Click buy rate. It depends. If you're promoting a low ticket offer to a warm email audience, I want to see 5% to 10% conversion from the clicks to a buy. Warm audience, not cold. Cold is a different market. Warm, 5 to 10%. But you might be selling a product that's $1,000 or $2,000. Now we're talking about a whole different ballgame. Are they going through a webinar? Are they going to watch a video? The numbers completely changed. There's no benchmarks I could share.
Like it. Next question is, will the mastermind offer still be available with your high level affiliation in a month or two? My gut tells me yes, but we want you to get it from this workshop because of the snapshot that you're getting. But Anik, you're leaning into high level pretty heavy moving forward and the relationship that we've built. Can you share your outlook for the year? Are these available as an offer for later for somebody that's not ready yet?
No. Yeah, guys, they will be. Look, this is another place. The marketer is supposed to say, no, move forward right now or risk losing it forever. And, your car will die and your house will burn. I'm not going anywhere. A high level has made an amazing and large investment in me, and I've done the same. And this is a marriage that intends to last. So I'll be here. If anything, like I said, I'm just going to make it better and better. Right. So could you lose some bonuses and some things? Sure. You might lose. I might take some things out, and I have a right to do that. If I do, I do. But I don't see anything structurally changing, which isn't going to make this thing still amazing. So if this just isn't the right time for you, please don't push and make bad decisions just because of a killer bonus offer. Like, I'll be around. It's been
Yeah,
21 years, man. I'm still here. So
Love it. Okay, so the last question I have for you, we went through a lot of I see a ton of questions, you guys. I appreciate you typing them in, but I've handpicked the relevancy of your questions and brought it up here, so that way we stay on course of the theme. But if you have questions that are unanswered and maybe I intentionally skipped, our teams and I will go back through and answer them as much as you need help with. Just FYI, I'm not trying to ignore you. The last question I have for you as we kind of close out this 3-day workshop with funnels at scale. And it's a question that I want to present to you, Anik, on behalf of a lot of the new marketers, digital citizens that are starting out with zero clients. They heard about high level 2, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, they learned about SaaS, they learned about this. And let's just assume they're drinking from the fire hose and it is overwhelming them. Where did that person start to get their first customer? That's the question I
Ah,
have for you, and we'll close out with that.
yeah. So just do one thing. High level has like 859 features, and they launch like 32 new ones every day, which is awesome. And it's why you should have them. But it's also the arch nemesis of someone who's just getting started. So get in there and just build yourself a quick page, a quick site, so that you have something up and running. The way you get your first customers, guys, boots on the ground. There's no marketing, there's no funnels, there's no traffic, there's no paid traffic and stuff. You know what the answer I used to give, and the answer that most people give is, oh, well, take courses and learn and invest in yourself. No, no. Start doing. Start texting people. What's your
Yeah.
offer? You want to get someone to sign up for high level? You want to sell someone a consulting package for something else? I don't know what your offer is. Whatever it is, start texting people. Start Facebook messaging people. Start asking for the sale. I'm telling you right now, message 30 people and tell me you didn't get a sale. I just, you would be shocked and appalled to hear the fact that most people just won't even do the 30 messages,
Yep. Boots
right?
on the
Because they're too
ground.
scared of the rejection.
Yeah, sorry, the boots on the ground 1000% works because I did what
Yeah.
Anik is saying. Many, many years ago, many, many moons ago, I was starting my dental agency. And if you don't know this about dental practices and dental people, they love sweets. They are totally wild about it. And they love sweets because they know they can come in and clean their teeth and all this stuff any given time. They have all the equipment. So they eat a lot of desserts. So I used to buy, do you remember Nothing Bun Cakes? These are these $19 boxes you can get from a cupcake spot. And I would grab them
Yeah.
and I would drive around balling out of control in my Honda Accord with like a suit on because I was like playing the part to a dentist's office. And I would walk in and drop these 20 mini cupcake boxes off, and I would leave a note. This random Indian guy showed up with sweets and he wants to talk to you about your marketing. That's literally what I wrote in my sticky note. And just I would just greet the front desk, leave a little box of cupcakes and say, "Hey, I heard you have a great reputation in the community. I saw that you don't have a lot of reviews. I'd like to help you get some." And I would literally leave tens and tens of boxes across Houston. I'm literally driving, literally on freeways, exiting. And my wife thought I was crazy. Literally that month, about 6, 7 clients signed up. They're like, there's a real person attached to this online thing. And it's
Yeah.
embarrassing thinking about it. I feel bad for that version of Paulson thinking about it. But this is how we all started off. So what Onyx is saying is 1000% right. Boots on the
Yeah.
ground is what you should pay attention to more than everything we shared. Funnels at scale. We talked about offers. We talked about funnels. We talked about traffic. None of this stuff matters if you don't have an offer that's verified that the market wants. And how do you do that? Go out there, shake hands, smile, put on a shirt, greet people, get to interact at a person to person level. Anything you want to add to that, Anik, as we kind of close out?
No, that's 1000%, man. I mean, I don't know a way to secret hack this. It's in every person's presentation, in every person's story who's a successful entrepreneur, guys. You got to get out there. You got to get out there, shake hands and kiss babies and talk to people and deal with rejection. And it just is. And I'm starting a new company and I deal with rejection every day. It's just as you learn. So I don't ever look at it as rejection, right? So I look at it as many ways that something didn't work. Like Einstein found, what is it, 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb before he finally found the way to do it. So if I'm pitching someone and they're not reacting or buying, like I'm really curious to see what are they asking me? Why did they say no? What are their body language? And so I could just refine my pitch with every single one I do. But the only way to make that less of a problem is to have an absolutely astronomically killer kick ass um what's the word I'm looking for? Offer.
Offer. Yep.
So it makes that less of a problem. And if you're getting a lot of pushback, your offer sucks. Sorry, it's not about personal. Don't take it personally. Go fix your offer. It's actually a great opportunity to. That's why I said right at the beginning, organic boots on the ground always comes first because you got to test your offer before you do any other nonsense. So 100% agreed. And yeah. Hey, Paulson, I just want to take complete digression. I just want to go into a different direction because we have been getting some messages from people that are a little lost because they're getting their Go High Level account, they're starting a new account, and they're getting all the messages from High Level, but they haven't gotten access to their
Oh,
bonuses
sure,
yet.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened, guys, is here's our members area and our bonus structure and everything, and here's High Level. There is a connection between the two that's supposed to say, hey, create an account for this person they just bought. That has not been working. There's some issue there, and the dev teams are totally on it. It's not been getting done. So we're manually creating the accounts. And what we're doing is waiting for, and unfortunately, it's just we don't know who created a 97 or a 297. So we get a list from High Level every day, and then we make this. So it's a little manual of a process. And I'm not even gonna pretend to lie to you guys. I just found out that our support email was bouncing for a few days, and I am so sorry about that. I did not realize it until this morning. So support@learn.com is back up and functioning. So we'll help you guys out. So we're going to change our systems a little bit. I thought that the integration would be working by now, so I didn't go out of my way to have a backup solution, but we're going to build a backup solution now. So spare with us for a day
Yeah.
or two,
Well,
not even, maybe today.
yeah, and no matter what
Yeah, go ahead.
happens, use no matter what happens, if any of you are interested in jumping into the plans and the bonuses and all that, use this link, expertscale.com/free. No matter what, we'll make sure it's made right, whether
Yeah.
it's an account or a plan or whatever it is. We're not going anywhere.
Right.
You can jump into a Zoom call with us anytime, and we'll make sure we support you. But Anik, thanks for jumping into this entire workshop. I know many weeks of planning. The teams behind you are amazing. I know you've
Thank you.
interacted with a lot of our teams and we've served you as well. So, those of you that are watching, next week we will have a surprise, another workshop, and we'll release the names here shortly, maybe tomorrow or day after. We're getting ready to ramp up with Billy Jean. I know if you know Billy Jean, he's a pretty big name, and we're going to
That's
bring him
awesome.
in to do some AI stuff. But I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that yet. But either way, we'll see you next week. Anik, thanks for jumping in, man. This has been
You're
fantastic.
welcome, man.
Such a great
All
experience
right.
for us. Looking forward to seeing you possibly at your own event or our event. Oh, the mastermind. I think you're coming to the mastermind, May mastermind. If you don't know, guys, we're
I'm not coming
throwing
to the
a.
May one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I can't come to May. I'm coming to
Yeah.
July, and I'll be at the main
Oh,
event
okay,
in
okay.
October for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those of you that are watching, we do have a May Advanced Edition Mastermind. You do have to be at a certain level to be accepted, but you can apply. I think it's like $1 million or something a year, or half a million a year or something like that. But either way, it is for us to put together the largest and the highest, I mean the best or the most highest revenued agencies and influencers or marketers in one place so they can interact. And it's going to be a casual event. We're going to be fireside chatting really the whole time, networking the whole time, learning from the founders as well. Myself, Chase, JB, Haplin, Ryan, all these guys will be there from what I know as well from our high level team. But either way, thanks for joining us. Replays will be on the in the YouTube channel across the board. This offer that we talked about, usually with workshops, they expire the same week. So more than likely, Friday will be the last day you may want to take advantage of. But Anik will have this offer as part of his community moving forward, from what I understand. You could obviously reach out to him as well. But from the workshop standpoint, we will expire the offer with High Level by Friday, from what I know. So take advantage of it. You get the support from High Level as you go through it. Anik, thanks for joining us. Bye for now.
All right. All right. See you. Bye.